Hey there, welcome to the James Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. My next guest returning to the show is Julie Bauke. She runs the Bauke Group, helps you find jobs, but also wrote a book with a funny title, Stop Peeing on Your Shoes, Avoiding the 7 Mistakes That Screw Up Your Job Search. And last time I talked to you, Julie, unemployment was lower. It's gone up since last time we talked. What's going on there?
It's gone up a little bit, and it's still, there's still the number of open jobs posted has gone down. So people are, there's some people that are just hanging tight, and there's still a lot of jobs out there. When the unemployment's low, there's still a lot of leverage that you have as a job seeker, depending on what your skill set is. When we see a fairly low unemployment number, we think, oh, there must be just like this carnival of jobs out there. But it really depends on what your skill set is and what you want to do. We have a mismatch for sure, in that there are plenty of jobs that are going open because there aren't enough people to fill them. Then, of course, in other areas we have glut. So it all it's a big fat it depends.
Yeah, that's such a tough conversation to tell somebody because they have this existing skill set. But when, if me and Julie break down where all the new jobs are, and maybe you need to get some healthcare skill sets, that makes them think, oh, man, now I got to go learn some new skills. I mean, how many people actually do that, though? How many people retrain themselves and take their career in a different direction midstream?
That's a great question, and I don't know what those numbers are. I will tell you, though, so many people want to, because this idea that you have to do one thing for 40 years is kind of crazy. And so I talk to people all the time who say, man, I wish I could do something else, but either I don't know what it is, or I do know what it is, but I don't know how to go about getting there. What I think we need to normalize is you can change jobs at any age. You can change careers depending on what you're changing to, of course, at most ages. And we get in this rut where we think, well, because I trained to be an accountant, I have to always be an accountant. But when you look at our world today, I tell young people, I say, look, you're going to give it 10 to 15 years at the longest. You're going to be doing a job that doesn't even exist today. And so the trick is to keep yourself open, learning, be unafraid to take a risk, to try something new, and don't ever feel like you're stuck, because, what goes on between our ears is really the biggest thing that does keep us stuck.
Well, I'm disappointed with how many people have technophobia, where they're like, well, I don't understand all these new machines or these apps or these phones or what. It's easier than you think. And you see the 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds just zooming through it. If they can figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yeah. It does seem like the pace of change and the pace of how technology is evolving has sped up to the point that it can be really overwhelming. But the good news is you don't have to know everything. You just have to know the things that help you keep your job, help you keep your skills fresh, and keep you marketable. I love the saying, I can't remember who said it, a friend of mine said, he said, it's not about being employed, it's about staying employable. That's really the key to managing your career to get what you want, is staying employable. And your employer is not responsible for keeping you employable. That's all on you.
Yeah, but from your point of view, you're like a career coach. Does someone need a career coach when they're employed or just unemployed?
You know what? That's an interesting question. I've been doing this for 25 years, been doing it on my own for 17 years. And our business used to be just helping people who had lost their jobs. But so much has changed in the world of work that we now get a lot of calls from people who are saying, I'm doing okay, but I want to figure out how to take my career to the next level. And they want an external voice for that, not somebody in HR who's just going to give them the company line. I used to be in HR. I know that. So we are working with a lot of people who finally got the hint that it is called your career for a reason. And to think that somebody else is going to care about it more than you do is foolish. But we get really stuck in, this is all I can ever do. And it's a terrible way to live. And so, we're working really probably 75-25 with people who are actually employed and sharp and all that stuff. But they're trying to figure out how to take their career to the next level.
All right, y'all. If you're feeling froggy, maybe you should jump. Call Julie Bauke, Bauke Group. It's and she spells her name Bauke Group. Bauke, the Bauke Group. Thank you, Julie.
Take care.
All right. I'm here to remind you that it was just announced this morning. You may have missed it. The Tucker Carlson live tour with special guest Roseanne Barr. I love this timeline. Whatever dimension we've fallen into is fantastic. They're going to be at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, September 24th. Tickets go on sale, not now, but Friday, 10 a.m. on tuckercarlson.com. I'll remind you tomorrow about it. But you have a chance to win a pair of tickets to see this show tomorrow morning on the WBAP Morning News at 8:37. So I know you probably want to go to that if you're going to be around. Tucker Carlson and Roseanne Barr, that's a hell of a ticket. So listen to the WBAP Morning News tomorrow at 8:37. Maybe you can win a pair or go buy some Friday, tuckercarlson.com. Coming up next on The James Show, the Texas Democrat Convention fell apart and didn't even finish all their votes. They lost a quorum. A bunch of people walked out, and they had a new term for you, female drag queen. I'll explain all this next on The James Show. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3.